How's it going, folks? Adrian here. Welcome back to the channel for another MMO Weekend News Drop video. Let's get straight to the news, beginning with World of Warcraft. Blizzard has announced in a forum post earlier this week that account-wide essences will be coming to the game, which means it will be easier for players to unlock these essences on alt characters moving forward. For those that don't play World of Warcraft, essences are a fairly new form of character progression released recently for Battle for Azeroth that unlocks at the Heartforge, in which players can slot in one major and one minor power, and you'll get more of these essences the more you play through the game's content. The catch for the account-wide system is that you'll want to have earned a given rank 3 essence on your main at least, and then your subsequent characters can claim the same ones from the mother NPC. Your alts will also require the currency needed to unlock these essences, as is the requirement to unlock the system in the first place, so some form of work is still needed. What do you folks think? Good news moving forward, or too little too late? Next up, we've got some rather surprising developments from Guild Wars 2. Just a couple of days ago, as I covered in my midweek MMO News Drop video, ArenaNet announced that they are working on a brand new expansion, the game's third overall, that is all but confirmed to be taking players to Cantha, which is of course pretty exciting. But yesterday, we are just learning that game director, or former game director, Mike Z, and the vice president of marketing at ArenaNet, Mike S, have left the company. And what's more surprising is that they've been gone for months and ArenaNet did not announce anything. Reporting on this story comes from Massively, who followed up on a Reddit rumor and reached out to ArenaNet, who has confirmed the news, but not publicly anyway. So the question I have is, who's been running the show behind the scenes and why was no announcement given whatsoever? Guild Wars 2 has been rolling along just fine with its updates per usual since that controversial PAX show last year where Mike Z made probably his last appearance as game director, and this entire scenario just seems pretty weird. Either way, their communication so far with the content roadmaps since last December has been way better than it ever was. So to whoever the new game director is, hey, keep it up. This week we also have a brand new game director letter to the community from Amazon's New World, the now PvE and PvP MMORPG that will be launching in May. The letter comes at a time when the community is still up in arms about the game's decision to cut out the open world full loot on death PvP, which has left that competitive crowd upset for obvious reasons, as the first alpha was revolved around that game mode. Since then, we've gotten updates that more PvE will be added in addition to questing to appease the masses. And one line in the letter sums it all up, saying, quote, "Our vision is to create a world where the playstyles of PvP and PvE players will not only coexist, but will complement each other. We are not trying to build a theme park MMO. So far, the results have been good," end quote. The letter then states that there's absolutely no plans to bring back open world full loot PvP. So that's that then. If you've been following New World, what are your thoughts on how the game's changing the closer we get to launch? Also, as a reminder, the next alpha will be coming real soon and you can read the full letter, link down below. Magic Legends has got some good stuff to share this week in the form of the first dev diary video. Now, I personally love developer diary content, especially in the lead up to an MMO's launch, and in the first episode of this one, Cryptic Studios goes into detail about the creation of Magic Legends, the action RPG MMO that was announced last year. Multiple developers go into detail about their love for the TCG and the lore and the IP, and why a game needed to be made in this episode. So if you're a fan and are interested in hearing more, check out the video. The link can be found in the pinned comment. Quick news from Ashes of Creation now, and Intrepid Studios have officially enacted a work-from-home policy due to the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic. This is perhaps the first public announcement about a work-from-home policy I've seen from an MMO studio in the West so far. So first things first, kudos to the team. Now, the official announcement states that while this is done for health and mitigation measures to avoid spreading and contracting of the virus, the game's development milestones are on track. But this policy will of course affect any videos or media the team usually puts out, like live streams and dev diaries. They're also pretty sure that this will not affect the Alpha 1 testing, which is coming pretty soon, so good news there. Should the pandemic escalate further, I'd like to see more studios take this approach to ensure the safety of their employees. Moving on, we have news from ASTELLIA, the Korean MMORPG that made it to the West, and this one is somewhat concerning for the outlook of the game, but one that's pretty necessary. On March 17th, the game will be merging 2 EU servers, which are Aquarius and Canceria, to boost the in-game population and help with group content queue times. No other servers are being consolidated besides these two on the EU right now, and of course there are some things to keep in mind if you are on the affected servers. Make sure to remove all listings from the auction house, clear your mail, and a bunch of other stuff, so I'll post a link down below and you can go get prepared. Up next, Sandbox MMORPG Legends of ARIA has announced that it will be launching its first major DLC titled Dark Sorcery later this month. Available on Steam for pre-order costing $20, the DLC brings a bunch of new content to the game, including the Monolith, which is a brand new dungeon to find and defeat the Awakened Guardian and prevent Doomsday. There's new enemies in game, a pair of new sorcery skills that allows players to summon minions, and of course new loot ranging from powerful new artifacts to cosmetics and decorative items. Those who pre-order will receive an exclusive Dark Echo Fox mount to use in-game. Upcoming Woodpunk survival MMORPG Last Oasis will be entering Steam's Early Access officially this month on March 26th. Last Oasis is that post-apocalyptic MMO you've probably seen previews of, featuring those large wooden sandwalker ship things. Anyway, we also got to learn more about the game, like it's set thousands of years into the future on Earth, and to stay alive, the remnants of humanity have built a large waking city known as Flotilla, from which they must send unwilling nomads into the passing oasis to gather necessary resources to keep the city moving. Not many return alive. Crafting, diplomacy, and guild battles are all to be expected here, and you can already wishlist the game on Steam, link down below. Onward we go to Runes of Magic. The classic fantasy MMORPG is celebrating its 11th year anniversary this week. To cap the milestone, the game has launched a new PvP mode called the Stomping Grounds, where 25 to 30 players above level 100 slaughter each other to see which group comes out on top. It's got some battle royale mechanics to it, like everyone starts off with low stats, but you can find and open chests for power-ups to grow stronger as the match goes on. For non-PvPers, the Anniversary Festival is in full swing as well, so expect in-game XP boosts, events, rewards, and more. Space simulation sandbox MMO EVE Online is returning to China after a 2-year absence, according to its developer CCP Games, with the help of their newfound friend, NetEase Games. In a recent press release, both parties stated that EVE has now once again been authorized to operate in China, and localization works for the newer content is currently underway. No official launch date has been stated, but players in the region can expect an open beta pretty soon. And last but not least, free-to-play MMORPG SKYFORGE is also celebrating an anniversary this month, as the game is now turning 5 years old. To celebrate, My.Games has announced a massive content update launching on the PC come the 25th of March, while consoles will get it a day later. The so-called mini expansion doesn't have a name, but it features new invasion content, which comes with a new season pass and rewards, a new divine form, new invasion atlas, nightmare challenges, and of course the anniversary event itself, which contains XP rewards, buffs, and boosts for its players. And that's all I've got for now, folks. If there's news for a game you play that isn't covered here in this video, share the updates with us down in the comments section below. Hit the like button for the love of MMOs, and feel free to subscribe to the channel, and click that bell icon for instant notifications when a new video goes up. Stay safe, be healthy everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Once again, I'm Adrian, and I thank you for watching.